We here? Did we make it?
I don't know. You tell me.
I think we're here. No, I would say that we are
vet
here.
card, Marky. It's my vet card. Noob.
I can't even say anything. He's not wrong. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it.
How's it going, everybody? How we all doing?
Doing good. Doing good. Good show tonight. A lot of energy in the show tonight.
Boy,
Minus a dude, though.
About.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We got a crap ton to talk about. Like a boatload as it pertains to NRW, that's for sure, after this episode.
In a boat hold a crap ton?
I don't know.
We have to figure that out. If anybody can chat help us out with that one?
Well, depends on the size of the boat. But
it's true.
A crap ton is a ton, which is 2,000 pounds. So I would say a boat could.
We're going to need a bigger boat.
Crap ton.
I think we're going to need a bigger boat.
I think we're going to need a bigger boat. I watched Jaws.
Remember Jaws? Scared the crap out of me when I was a kid.
Still don't like sharks. I don't do Shark
yeah.
Week. Don't do Shark Week. No thanks.
No, me neither. There's some people that go gaga over the Shark Week thing when it happens, but nah, it's okay. That's okay.
Pass.
All right.
Noob.
Now that we're done talking about sharks, we stop with the noob.
You didn't call me a noob, did you?
Dude, I noob myself.
He just called him a noob.
All right. We'll talk in year 3.
We'll be there. I promise you.
Oh, God.
We'll be there.
How's it going, everybody? Welcome to another edition of the Dudes and Belts Recharge Post Show here on YouTube. I am your host, Giant Deathdrop, as always, and what a show to talk about here. We are almost there, ladies and gentlemen. We are less than a week and a half away from NRW. Can you believe it?
Mm-hmm. It's getting so close right now. It is almost August. It is the heat of the summer, and everything is as hot as the surface of the sun in RMP. With NRW around the corner?
You know, as somebody who was in the, discussions in the creation of NRW, it was perfectly placed in August as things are at its hottest in temperatures here in Colorado. 100-degree days. It's 200 degrees inside the beer stud for tonight's Rocky Mountain Pro Charged. It's a perfect event to cap out the summer. Cannot wait to talk about what we know about it tonight.
All right. First off, before we continue with the intros, we have D-Hort13 with the $2 super chat. I don't think you're a noob, Ref Marky.
Well, D-Hort's a fan.
Thank you, D-Hort.
D-Hort's a fan.
And I appreciate that.
He doesn't get a vote.
He doesn't get a vote.
I wouldn't say that. There's different perspectives. Let's just call it a different perspective, Titus. Okay, let's leave it there. And like you said, we'll talk in year 3.
It is a different perspective. It's the right one versus the wrong one. You're right.
All right.
You are a married man, aren't you?
Fine, I vote that Marky isn't a noob.
I stand corrected then, I guess.
Thank you, boss man. Thank you, gentlemen. I appreciate you.
He never, ever takes my side. Ever.
Have you seen what you've done to that man before?
But we've put this to rest. We bared our souls. A tear ran down my eye, for crying out loud.
And we have Queen Vampires with another $2 super chat. Just a super chat. Thank you, Queen Vampires. D-Hort, yes.
Thank you very much,
Dad
Queen.
says he's not a noob, Ref.
Dad says.
One dad to another. I'll take that. Thank you.
All right. We will not have the Coastal Crusader with us this evening, but however, we will start far on the right here. He is the resident masshole himself, the one and only referee, Marky Pins.
Yes, how we doing tonight? Lot going on. We finally figured out a few things. We learned a couple stipulations. We also learned that J.K. Pop and La Isla cannot be in the same building without everything just exploding. So much to get into. Danger Dean at his wit's end. We're going to get into so much tonight.
And of course, on the left, he is the evil genius of professional wrestling, the one and only Titus Machiavelli.
As much as Marky is right there, I'm going to double down. The main event, Mercury Aiden, Daddy, who's in chat, taking on the RMP champion, David Drake. And, whoa, the script was flipped. Curtis Cole, I think, took back some of the mind games away from David Drake.
All right. Typically, we have a disclaimer, but we won't give the disclaimer because Coast Crusader is not here, unless one of you guys want to give a brief disclaimer.
I'll do my best.
All right. First off, are you going ASMR? Or are you going Evil Genius?
I'm gonna go ASMR. I'm gonna
you gotta
invoke
trust
my South Canadian friend, Coastal Crusader. He's a South Canadian. That's what Maine is.
He's not wrong.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong.
The opinions of the dudes and belts are right, and yours is wrong. Thank you very much.
To the point. Ring the bell.
No, I didn't change the volume yet.
Oh, why do you keep forgetting? I like to ring the bell. Come on.
There it is.
That was me.
That was
I'm his
better.
backup.
All right. Let's talk about what happened on Charge about 15 minutes ago, shall we? Because we got a lot to talk about here. And what a way to kick it off with Johnny Casanova going up against Balaam Lynx. We knew this was coming. Tonight was the night. And holy cow, did we have a conclusion to that match. Not only a conclusion, but a really ticked off El Presidente, Danger Dean. And he laid down the law at the end of this one, boys.
This was extremely similar to Echo versus Koyama that we saw before, and now we see Casanova versus Lynx, which, by the way, the match was absolutely fantastic. Casanova and Lynx had a good chemistry in this match. We see a receipt of a brainbuster. Casanova gives the first one. His brainbuster was tight. And then Lynx gave it right back to him. Great match going all the way down. These two guys, it's not the first, second, or 80th time they've ever mixed it up. So they're having a really good match, but we see something very similar to the end of the Echo and Koyama match where Ref Spicer has to throw the whole thing out because nobody's listening to him. We start with the closed fists all over the place. I don't know. We're not going to call it double disqualification. I think it was a no contest.
No contest.
It was no contest at the end of it. But there is just no reconciliation to these battles that we've seen over the last couple of weeks between each half of the tag team. And then, honestly, Titus, I don't know about you, but I was happy to see Dean just kind of step in and take control of the situation and just say, okay, look, this NRW coming up very, very shortly. This is where we finish it. This is where it happens for the last time. You guys want a piece of each other. Here it comes. And NRW is just less than 2 short weeks away. Do you think they can finally get it out? Can we get some kind of resolution? Because the stipulation was huge.
Huge. The stipulation is enormous. The losing team has to disband. And I think that, Dean has shown a lot of lenience in the La Isla JK Pop situation, we'll call it. I would have lost my temper long ago. So great on Dean. He's allowed them to try to work things out, but they clearly cannot. Obviously, these are two teams that are contractually unable to wrestle as a team. Dean put them together in singles matches. Then nothing is solved. So as president, he has the authority to lay it out and put these two teams in there. NRW is a perfect place to settle this. This is a great event in which you can settle a score. Won't be the only score we'll see settled that night. I hope it ends it. Inside of me, even if it puts the fire out, I still think it'll smolder because one of these two teams who love each other very much as partners will break up as a team. That's going to make you feel a little salty. And though the battle is over, maybe the war won't end, but we'll see. It's a good way of trying to end it, though. That's it. No more JK Pop, no more La Isla. I think JK Pop has much more to lose, obviously. Longest reigning tag team champions of all time. La Isla just really started to come into their own until they were, let's just call it, cheated at Milestone. So heavy stipulation for NRW.
Could you even fathom JK Pop not being a team anymore?
I don't know if they could fathom it. I think, regardless of the opinion of the faithful, I think that's detrimental to both of their careers at this point. They have become so in unison with, yes, we see them in singles action quite a bit, But more often than not, the other brother is on the outside for each of them. I mean, we've seen them have their tiff like earlier this year, but like all brothers, even after they fight, they get back together and they move on forward. And if you don't believe me, look at Atiba and Bruce Wayne's. They're doing their thing. It's kind of very similar. But here with JK Pop, with the success that they've had, they even outmatched Chop City in that level of success. So for them to get broken up, I believe would be far more devastating to them. It'd be great for us to have to watch that. And then the rest of their depression going for the rest of the year, because let's just face it, they've earned that. But La Isla, maybe I don't know, Titus, and maybe I look at this from one side of it, where they were both maybe singles competitors before. Do you think if they were to lose, they could fall back into their previous roles a little easier?
Well, I think they already have. I mean,
Yeah.
they've worked in singles matches primarily since Milestone. And
That's true.
so I think they're two single stars that are just synced up and work well to one another. I think they complement each other well, and that just sort of, when it's easy, it's easy. And sometimes teams have that. JK Pop, same deal, easy. Those two guys just complement each other. They work within each other's space. So I think that all four of these competitors have the ability to end up on the singles. Let's not forget Johnny Casanova, just at Supercharged. He's got an anytime, anywhere contract for the Charged Championship. That's a singles tournament that he won, and he's primarily a tag team guy. So I think all four guys will not have damaged their career, because I think they've all got the ability to work. I would say, though, to your point, Echo and Balaam, much, much easier to this point, where JK Pop moonlights as singles. They spend their waking days as a tag team.
All right. We all set with the opening contest of this evening?
Yes. A lot of stages being set here tonight.
So now we know JK Pop.
First big one.
JK Pop versus La Isla. The loser of this match will officially disband for Rocky Mountain Pro. All right.
It's crazy to think about.
It really is. Moving on here.
That's where it's come to. That's what this has come to. It's never been settled, so this is the only way to settle it. You sit over there and you sit over there.
You think Dean made the right call?
I think he made the best call for the moment that he had to, yes.
I can't. I couldn't tell you if I would do anything different. I've been in those shoes. I think he did it. I think he called it right. I mean, he could just, say you guys are no longer ever be around each other again. That's it. But
what good is that going to do?
It doesn't solve anything. We as a fan get cheated out of seeing, some resolution, whether you're bizarrely a JK Pop fan or you're a La Isla fan. And I don't think it would actually. So I think this is it. It's over. He's banned them from, contractually, they're banned from wrestling as a tag team. That didn't end it. So now there won't be a tag team. One of them will have that trump card. Bam, we broke you guys up. We're better. End of story. It's a great call.
Brass tacks, absolutely.
All right. Did Jason Knoll make a mistake with Simbodi?
An enormous one, a gigantic one. I'm literally sitting watching that 2 minutes of just. I mean, I would love Coastal to be here because he would have been completely spooked out by this. But yeah, Jason Knoll, man, I like I said, when he said he was gonna make his way to NRW. Good on you, Jason. Go make your own path. Get it by any means necessary. Just the wrong means, brother, because you have a pissed off clown chasing you now. I'm assuming that this will end up at NRW. But yeah, Marky, I mean, why would you pick that particular person to make a statement?
They say a few things in life. Don't tug on Superman's cape. Don't piss in the wind. And don't tickle an evil devil clown. What is wrong with you, Jason? Sin Bodhi, That was the scariest and most angry and pissed off we've seen Sin Bodhi in a while. You just awoke an ire in this sick devil clown. Let's take nothing away from Jason, though. He's going to go out there the angry man that he is, but maybe one angry man just needed to pick another angry clown to get it out. I don't know, but all I do know is that this is going to be that kind of hoss fight, I think, Titus, at NRW. I think that these two guys, regardless of what the stipulation is, this is the match I think that I care about the stipulation the least, to be completely honest, because these two guys, regardless, are going to go out and tear each other apart.
I think the stipulation is hoss fight.
I think you're right. It's just destruction until the bell, basically, and whoever can get up wins the match. But no, this is going to be a heavy, hard-hitting match between these two guys. Jason with something to prove, and Sin Bodhi with also something to prove. Let's not forget, he was just in a title match against David Drake not very long ago. He's trying to get himself back up that ladder, put himself in contention for a charge title. And a win at a pay-per-view would do something like that. And a win against a vet like Jason Knoll, that only helps kind of sweeten the drink a little tiny bit for Jason, but this is a tall, tall mountain to climb in Sin Bodhi right now. This is a tall mountain.
Look,
they say
I'm
go
all
after the biggest guy to make a name. You went after the biggest guy.
Look, if you've never, here in Colorado we have the most 14 footers, 14,000, high mountains. You don't go to Mount Everest the first time. You want to work your way up to, let's start at 10,000. No, but Jason decided to go for an Everest-size opponent.
Legit.
Does he have anything to lose? Other than
Not
getting
really.
beaten
That's a
up,
good
and
point.
that's what pro wrestling is.
Reputation,
You get
maybe?
beat up. Huh?
Reputation, maybe?
Does a loss to Sin Bodhi hurt your rep? Really? Like, how do you?
Yeah.
Well, the
I don't
way,
think- I don't know.
well, the
I
way
don't
that
think there's a lose here for Jason Knoll. He's not getting anywhere. His words, not mine. He wants to, make his own way. If he loses to Sin Bodhi, one of the biggest stars on the independent circuit, former WWE. I mean, he's got a huge resume. You lose to him, maybe I'm supposed to. I think it's the only thing that Jason can lose in this if he doesn't show up. If he shows up not ready for the biggest moment of his career, then he does lose. Even in defeat, and he brings it to Sin Bodhi, and now respect starts to fall on you. You stood your ground. You lost. You should have lost, but you stood your ground.
well, the
I
question
think
is,
that's the only way he loses.
the question is what happens after this match, what he follows up with. Because if he follows it up with another L, then reputation and everything that he's been spewing over the past month or so really goes out the window with him.
Yeah, his credibility just then he becomes a bit of a sourpuss.
Because the whole thing has been respect me. I want this. I need this. Give me this. And okay, well, here you go. You went out and got one. That's a hell of a catch. Sin Bodhi's a hell of a catch and a hell of a match at a major event.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't necessarily like his chances, but if the Diamond Standard comes back and the Diamond Standard shows up in that match any given Sunday, if the Diamond Standard 100% shows up, he has a chance. If he doesn't bring it, then he doesn't stand a chance in hell. And that's all I got to say about that.
No, it's accurate. Very accurate.
All right, moving on here. We did have some Lockettes action tonight. Before we get into that, of course, I just see right here, D-Hort13 with another $2 super chat here. What's the opposite of sourpuss?
Sweet.
I'm not answering that question.
Oh.
No,
Look at you guys on your toes.
No.
Not gonna get me banned, D-Hort. That's not my first day.
Oh, God. All right. We did have some luck.
No.
We did have some Lockettes action this evening, as we did have Lilith Grimm versus Noel. We saw Lilith win by a submission, and we'll talk about that in the second half here. But what did you guys personally think about Noelle in this match? Because Noelle, I think, really handled her own in this match for sure.
I think the last couple times we've seen Noelle, she just goes out and fights like hell. It hasn't mattered whether it was Adrian, whether it was Lilith. She's always behind the 8 ball in the power department. We've seen that with Adrian, with Lola, with Lilith tonight as well. Lilith can kind of impose herself most anytime she wants against Noelle, but when Noelle does kick it in, when she finally did kick it into gear, she got Lilith hung up in the ropes, and then the chokes and the knees and the boots and the face and everything like that, it just started to wear Lilith down for a while. And that's what you have to do with the bigger competitor, and Noelle is growing by leaps and bounds. We've been saying it for a couple of years now, and now it's showing. She's not just throwing a match at the champion like we've seen her before. All right, what she got? No, now we go out and we see, where's it gonna go? Is it more than every time? And every time the aggression gets a lot bigger, she turns it up and turns it up. But Lilith will just always have that power advantage, and she comes up and uses it tonight. The Mancuerda at the end, and then the little spin boys. Did you see this at the end? Not only the Mancuerda, but then the immediate armbar. The immediate armbar to get that win. And that was a very, very cool twist on something as devastating as the Mancuerda, because you look at that, your shoulders are like popping out of their socket, and then right as you're getting feeling back, your arm is getting stretched back the other way. So Lil kind of up in her game, a skosh.
Go ahead and read that one, Marky.
So,
Go ahead,
good
Mark.
stuff. By God, I will pay for your kids' college if you could pronounce the R in department.
And we know that's
Strike
a hard
number
one
2.
right there. That's a hard one.
All right, you want a free one? I'll give you a free one.
He's going to pay for your kid's college. What are you talking about free? What are you doing?
I seen my boy's grade.
Arr.
I love my son. I love my son
matey.
to death, but I seen my son's grades. He's probably not going to college unless he gets a football scholarship. We're bowlers. We're not scholars.
God, here we go.
With the last name Pins, what do you expect?
Wait, hold up. Say it again.
Department store. That's all you get.
Wow.
I had to force that. Bowling is a scholarly game. Well, yeah, kind of, sort of, but it's more
Not
angles.
bad. Ladies and gentlemen, he does pronounce
That
his
connection,
R's.
you're-
I have to make a conscientious effort.
It looks like D Hort might have missed it. He had some internet issues there.
Oh, he should really get that fixed. You might want
Yeah, you gotta get that fixed.
You might
One
wanna go
more
to the-
time.
the-
One more time. One
You
more
should get
time.
off the 5 megahertz band. Go down to the 2.4 on your Wi-Fi. Could probably be a stronger connection. You'll be all right.
He might still be on. He might be on dial-up for all you and I know.
It's very possible. God only knows.
He's
He's going through
a
it.
tunnel.
He's going through a tunnel.
Those happen in Colorado. That's fact.
There's more than a few. Yeah. We drove through a few.
For as wide open as that state is, you sure have a lot of tunnels down there. Yep, see, there you go.
I'm not going there either.
All right. Just 'cause
Yay.
Yaden had my back a little while ago when we were talking about stuff. I got to give him one back.
Yes, you do.
Harvard Yard.
Oh, he's changing it up on you now.
It was a
Did it
bonus one.
double.
And it hurt. Like my sinuses are like there's pressure in my face now that I had to say that. My tongue isn't used to making that sound.
All right, Titus, I think Marky was done with that part. The Lockheads match, yeah. Noelle versus Lilith.
Hunter, take it easy, bud. Take it easy. Take it easy.
I saw something in Noelle tonight that I hadn't seen previously in matches that I've seen of hers. Still very young in the business, still got a lot of growth, a lot of, maturity in that ring. And you're not going to get it unless you're in there with someone like Lilith Grimm. So I saw something tonight that I hadn't seen before, and I liked it. And I can't tell you what it is. It's just, it's my eye. It was something I see that I go, okay, there's growth there. There's something there. And she had a everything including the kitchen sink sort of offense. She just threw everything that she had. Very uncontrolled, but the discipline will make that better. So I just see something there in her that time, energy, and growth will pronounce for everybody else. Good standing match for Noelle. Maybe the best thing I've seen her do to date. And Lilith, like you said, hit that mancuerda straight into the armbar, and she's setting up for NRW, Johnny.
NRW, correct. And of course, that Lockettes Championship match between Lilith Grimm and Adrian Mascara will be a submission match. It was announced during this match. Who has the upper hand here? Because we know that Adrian Mascara has the label lock submission. And
Psychedel lock.
Psychedel lock, yeah. It was a form of it. And then we just saw Lilith win with the mancuerda with the armbar.
So So
she's been working on her submissions as well. Who's got the upper hand in this Lockettes match?
I was gonna say that it's Adrian because it's her finishing move. It's what she works towards every match. But after seeing how Lilith hit that combo there, I think she's been practicing that for a minute or two. So maybe a 51-52 for Adrian, just because we've seen more of it from her, Marky, than we have from Lilith. But I think Lilith might have made a believer out of me in a submission match.
I tell you, she put a submission in, like fluidly added a submission to a finisher, and that's devastating. It wasn't just to some other random move that she went. Sometimes you hear people go in a submission match and they just start throwing anything that you can get somebody. No, this looks like you said, tactfully added and practiced, and this is exactly because it's a fluid transition right from the mancuerda to an armbar. I'm taking Lilith Grimm in this match. I am a huge Adrian Mascara fan, and to take zero away from her rise, this meteoric rise in the last couple months that she's had, Lilith has the championship. She's the confident champion right now. She is the bigger competitor, and she has the bigger XP bar. And I think in this moment in time, she has more ways of beating Adrian than I think Adrian realizes she may have to beat Lilith at this moment in time. Just mostly on experience, I'm taking Lilith Grimm here. But I do think that Adrian is going to take her to a limit in a title match that Lilith has not been in.
And what I took from this, the mancuerda was so much associated with the demon Lilith Grimm. And having gone through all that she went through and what she accomplished at Milestone, sort of, I am the demon, I am the Warhammer, I'm all of it. This is Lilith Grimm, and hitting that mancuerda into that armbar pays that homage to where I came from, and the armbar, this is who I am. I liked it. I liked it a lot.
Agreed.
Hope I see more of it.
I hope Adrian was watching. That's a big one to get to scout with still like 2 weeks left to go.
And we haven't seen Adrian in the last couple of weeks. We got this video package on her last week.
She was at Top Taco.
She was at Top Taco. We haven't seen her in charge. It's very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Is she getting ready? Look, if this is my first championship match, I could see myself going, I want a week or two off to really, maybe she's training. Is she hiding? I mean, let's be real. You're taking on Lilith Grimm. That's the top Lockette in the company. I don't know. Maybe she's like afraid. I don't know. What do you think, Marky?
I don't think she's afraid of it right now. I think, yeah, right. I mean, we got to throw something at the wall and hope the spaghetti sticks.
I'm an
somewhere.
analyst. I have to make shit up.
No, but it's worth discussing. She is the newest Lockette, and she has made this big, like I said earlier, this meteoric rise, a lot of noise lately, faster than many of the other ones did. It reminds me very quickly of when Midnight came in and started just working her entire way through the Lockette's division. But Adrian is in the here and right now, and I don't think that she is going to run away from this. I do think that if there's to say that there would be zero intimidation, I think that she'd be lying if she said that. I think there has to be a little bit. This is, up to this point, has to be the biggest match of her career. But I don't know if fear plays into that. I think when she's going to get in there, I think it'll naturally come to her. But she has a lot more avoiding to do of the power and getting in close to somebody like Lilith Grimm than I think Lilith Grimm has to worry about getting in and getting locked in that psychedel. Because we see Adrian, yes, her moveset is varying a lot, but we still see her going for that psychedel lock quite a bit. We saw Zamore doing it when he started debuting that Chancery. He was going for it at every open opportunity instead of waiting, setting it up, and then locking it at the moment. So if Lil can go to school on how Adrian likes to get into that, she can keep herself out of it. But I think Adrian has a lot more schooling to do to learn how to keep out of all four now of Lilith Grimm's ability to put an opponent down.
Yeah. Agreed.
All right. Let's talk a little bit about this.
Quietly, I just want to say one more little thing. I do believe.
How come every time I try to move on to the next one, you always have to add something in there after I said, are we all good? And okay, go.
Because then I get an idea.
God damn it, you.
His
God damn it,
CPU
both of you. Both of you.
Threw me off.
Both of you.
I had to say, saying those R's threw my whole head off. I do believe
and Coastal
this
does
match
it too.
will be the dark horse match of the show. By far.
Are we
the
okay?
Sleeper best match on the show. Yes.
You're
Yes.
good.
Can I say something nice, please? Is
that
okay?
You just did. Can we move on now?
Absolutely.
Okay, thank you. All right.
But then
I am going to add. Don't you do this right now. Don't you do this right now.
What'd I do? Sneezed.
Right. Anyways, let's talk about the tag team championships that are going to be at NRW as well. All right. We just saw Drop a City tonight, talking about a nice little plan of attack here, and at least going for a charge here next week between Lord Mitchell Taylor and Bruce Wayans. But we also see on the other side of the spectrum here, Lord Mitchell Taylor still trying to get in touch with Manny Lemons, and Manny Lemons is nowhere to be found. What is going on with the tag team champions? They got a big tornado tag team match in less than a week and a half.
Mitchell Taylor knows that.
I don't think
Mitchell
Lemons
Taylor
does.
seems. No,
Unless he's watching.
I hope so. Because right now, Derek Stone is filling in as the second half of the tag team champions better than Manny Lemons is, even though
Derek Stone is not helping the situation either. He's actually costing Lord Mitchell Taylor more matches.
You know, KD said something in the chat during the show that you got to start feeling for Manny Lemons at some. I'm not Manny Lemons, Lord Mitchell Taylor at some point because Derek Stone is just absolutely driving him nuts. It is hilarious to watch on this side of the screen, but you have to wonder inside of Lord Mitchell Hayless's head, inside of that really shiny chrome dome that he's got. I don't know which is shinier, the belt or his head. I don't know. I have mixed feelings about Lord Mitchell Taylor. I have mixed feelings.
Don't be hating on
Clearly.
bald heads.
Clearly.
It's not bald. It's not him. It's just him.
You're not bald anymore.
It's just Mitchell Taylor.
I still haven't.
That's true. I have very mixed feelings about Lord Mitchell Taylor. I have mixed feelings. But I can see where he could be so very worried. The other half of his tag team championship team is literally ghosting him now for weeks. It's been 3 weeks now, 2-3 weeks. Can't get a hold of him. Derek Stone is out there trying to keep Lord Mitchell Taylor into it. His head is going crazy. What kind of position, even if Manny Lemons Titus, even if he shows up at NRW or even next week, even like the week before, right? Couple days before, what kind of head case does that put Lord Mitchell Taylor in at this moment in time? He finally shows up at the 11th hour and they're just supposed to go out and defend together. It's going to be a mess, like wicked advantage Chopper City, no matter what at this point.
I've managed multiple tag team champions, and I got to say, that's not looking good for the new champions. And you're right. I do have some sympathy toward his lordship in the fact that he has finally accomplished what he has set out to do, win RMP gold. Put the tag team championship around his waist. He doesn't have a partner that's actively communicating with him. As you said, ghosting him, apparently. And, week and a half, he has his first championship title defense, doesn't even know if his partner is going to be there. And worse off, apparently Manny Lemons was supposed to take on Bruce Wayans, but Derek Stone worked it out that his friend Lord Taylor gets it now.
Yeah, so everything's just getting better for this guy.
Yeah. Well, hopefully
You want to know
next
what
week,
makes it
Lemons
better?
is there to walk out with him, at least be out there as a team, much like you see the team at Chapa City. I have every belief that Atiba will be out there with Bruce Wayans, just like Bruce was out with him just a few weeks ago or last week.
Agreed. Yep.
You want to know what's even better? That Lord Mitchell Taylor actually has a gem in Derek Stone. Somebody needs to sign him up for the World Series of Chess.
Right? What is that guy?
It's like every
Is he
week
a
he's
Mensa or
finishing the
something? Is
game.
he a genius that we don't know about? Is he one of those genius savants?
I feel like he hides it.
Well,
He hides it really good if that's the case.
We see a totally different Derek Stone every Thursday night here recently, as he's been doing color commentary with Lucas on Ignition.
I wonder if
That's
he's
not the
having
Derek
problems with
Stone I know.
Maxine.
Or maybe he's not having problems with Maxine. Maybe
That
life is
too.
good.
That too.
I can't believe I'm actually talking about Maxine
Yeah, we're
as
talking
if
about.
she's.
Yeah, I know.
It's
I'm sorry.
it's an inanimate object.
It's a damn broom. Okay, can we just get that out of the way now?
It's a
Can
broom.
we just? It's a damn broom.
All right.
Bait me into talking about Maxine.
It worked, didn't it?
It did.
You just talked about a broomstick for a good minute and a half.
On your show.
On a post show. Congratulations, sir. What an analyst you are. All right.
Don't make me go get Michael.
I bring it by any means necessary.
That's true.
See how I swerved
true.
my catchphrase in there?
Well, look at
Perfectly.
you. All right. Main event time, boys. And what a
Big time.
main event we had. We had the number one contender for the NRW championship going up against the Rocky Mountain Pro Heavyweight champion himself, David Drake. And of course, I think we kind of expected this. Not expected, but I guess in
Not
a way,
surprised.
yeah, not surprised would be probably
Not
the best
surprised
word
by it.
here, considering what happened a couple weeks ago. So,
We were enjoying a hell of a match between these two guys. Yaden and Drake were
I
really
think-
throwing it at each other.
I think Yaden was about to give David Drake his first loss in over a year.
I,
By the way that
can't
match was
say
going.
no to that.
And Dean said this is a pay-per-view quality matchup. He wasn't kidding.
Ooh.
This was a fantastic match, working towards maybe being, if stars were real, a 5-star matchup. But this was starting to really build. And then, of course, Damon Ace, in Damon Ace's way, ruins it for everybody. Thank you, Damon.
Like-
We appreciate it.
He came back out and repaid Yaden in kind in the middle of the match. Sin Bodhi comes out to kind of separate the situation. We know the relationship with Sin and Yaden is a good one. And, but, Sin Bodhi's got a lot going on. He's helping Yaden out. And this is just a mess with Damon Ace. This is an absolute mess going on here. But then it gets even worse. After we see Damon and Yaden kind of get out of the way, then the blue lights hit. We've seen red lights in the past few weeks, boys. And we kind of knew it was David, and then we saw David Drake in the crowd last week, kind of made Curtis Cole lose his mind and lose the match at the end of Charge last week. Tonight, the blue lights come on, and Curtis Cole comes out. And David Drake. He did it back to him, and he come out with the knucks, and he beat David Drake senseless in the ring. Nobody has done this to the champion. Nobody has done this, and you've been saying it, Titus, and even Lucas, one of Curtis Cole's biggest arch enemies in the world right now, has been saying this. And everybody else who knows, you cannot take Curtis Cole lightly, whether or not he's acting scared one minute or the next. You just don't know what you're going to get out of Curtis Cole next week. And we see that the intimidation might have been there before, but then he decides to take it into his hands. That's Curtis Cole's experience of
That's
not
his
waiting.
MO.
Yes.
His MO. I was so taken aback last week as there's that shot that RMP had of Curtis walking down that long hallway, getting ready for his match, and there's Drake. And you look at Curtis's face, it looks tired. It looks concerned. It looks like He hasn't slept. He hasn't got. He just looked like he didn't look like Curtis Cole. Tonight, I think Curtis Cole has found his mojo, gotten over his fear or his intimidation or whatever the adjective is. And he brought it to the champion. As you said, Marky, maybe like nobody has done to date. And I go from, this is going to be a good match, to going, well, this is the reason I'm buying the show. I mean, that match is just elevated to another level. And then you add that to the continuing saga that is Mercury Yaden and Damon Ace. And I love Yaden's comments in chat. He repaid me for repaying him after he repaid me for repaying him before.
It's
and
just been an all-out war.
In 10 days at NRW. So that match got elevated more for me. La Isla, and man, this pay-per-view, this event has just gotten so exciting for me. I cannot wait for it.
Mm-hmm. And we're going to go
and
over...
we learned...
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, we also learned that the title match at NRW with Curtis Cole and David Drake is a weapons are allowed match, basically. Yeah. So you can use anything. We've seen Drake with the pipe. We've seen Cole with the knucks and his tape choking people and stuff. These are both guys that know how to use the inanimate objects. NRW's the place.
And you have to... Normally, a weapons match, I would go, oh, Curtis Cole's got years of experience with that. That's his advantage. But, the last year has really sort of changed my opinion on that, because that pipe, that Drake, it's going to be a war.
It's going to be like a game of Clue. David Drake with the lead pipe in the squared circle. Or Curtis Cole with the brass knucks in concessions. What's going to happen?
But I love Curtis using the light. I love him stealing David Drake's own psychological warfare.
That was the mind job.
I can do this too, buddy. And doing the, you can say the antithesis of red, doing a blue, that just raised that anticipation for me to see how this, because it almost felt like it was becoming a bit of a mismatch. Here we are just a week ago going, all right, I'm kind of feeling sorry for Curtis Cole. He has changed it like that. To now I feel that now it's a 50-50 crapshoot on who walks out champion. I didn't feel that way 2 hours ago.
And that's a fact. And the stipulation for anybody who didn't witness it is the ultimate equalizer here between these two guys. Both guys know how to use the weapons. Both guys not scared to use the weapons, and then put the Rocky Mountain Pro Championship on the line.
Yeah, I think you negate either them using weapons by just giving it to them.
You're right.
Yeah, go beat each other up with weapons. Go ahead. It's legal. And whoever's standing after the beating is Rocky Mountain Pro Champion.
All right. We all done with the main event?
Yes.
Yes.
Are you sure? Okay, good. Finally, we get a good transition. All right.
It's just going to be so big. No, I'm just kidding. We're good.
Oh, God. Go ahead, Marky. Why don't you continue on and give us the announcements?
I don't know the announcements. I just
well,
know
then
that
shut up.
NRW is going to be awesome.
We'll go over the entire card for NRW on Thursday of what's up to date, because there will still be more matches announced, but we'll give you an updated list of the NRW card on Thursday on Reignited. All right. I did post out on social media a few hours ago that we are going to have a couple of announcements this evening. Might as well get that out of the way. But before we do, if you're watching the video right now and you haven't liked the video, please leave a like and drop a comment below the VOD. It helps us out with the YouTube algorithm as always. And of course, for whatever reason, if you're here and you're watching us live, if you have yet to subscribe to Rocky Mountain Pro, please hit that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell, and
Ring the bell.
Titus, ring the bell. There you go. So you don't miss any Dudes and Belts live show or charge or ignition or Rocky Mountain Pro Rewind, which we are going to be talking about right now. Now, the other thing for the YouTube channel is that join button. If you join at tier 1 and tier 2, tier 1 $4.99, get you all the emojis, get you the subscriber membership badge or subscriber badge, whatever it is. It will also guarantee you a spot in the members only live chat during our once a month live streams with Rocky Mountain Pro talent. However, if you do join at tier 2 for $9.99, you get everything that you get on tier 1, but you also get all the pay-per-views throughout the course of the year for Rocky Mountain Pro, including NRW, and every other pay-per-view that has been uploaded on this YouTube channel from past years, and they have been going up like crazy over the past couple weeks. And they're only specifically for tier 2 members. So if you want to check out all the other pay-per-views in the past, all the past milestones, NRWs, Peak of the Packs, Never Brokens, whole 9 yards, tier 2, $9.99.
I'm even seeing new videos posted of old charges that when I was managing Tyler Stinson against Curtis Cole. Lots of great diversity there. A chance to really, sink your teeth in. I know that the YouTube team is working on some new, playlists to help organize things even more. Because I know people have asked, hey, I know that, Otis is, where's his matches? We're going to put together playlists for like Otis as well, and maybe Abaddon and Hoodlum, and start to really give you guys more. So that $9.99, man, you get you all your pay-per-views, get you your supercharged. It gives you all the catalog. It gives you everything for $9.99. It's 2 cups of coffee a month, man. And at Starbucks,
Really
it's like a cup and a half.
That's a cup and a half. Yeah. No, it's the best $10.
Like
I've said it before.
You can get a good cup of coffee at a Dunks.
Dude, I can get 3 large regulars at Dunks. I can get 3 large regulars for $10.
Hit that join button. It helps support this company. It helps keep the lights on. It helps us to continue to expand and do bigger and greater things. And it gives you so much wrestling content that you'll keep busy for, well, a dozen years worth of content. How much more do you need?
And in this world,
rich history here.
In this world where $10 really don't go that far anymore, this is hours and hours and hours of entertainment, and it is worth it if you are a wrestling fan. It is the best place to put a $10 bill on the internet every month. It really is. The pay-per-views, the shows. Come check us out.
The amount of non-RMP talent that's part of RMP, Chavo Guerrero, Robbie E, I'm blanking on the names, Sin Bodie, Al Snow, Eugene. The amount of talent that has passed through Rocky Mountain Pro over the years and has been part of it, it's crazy to think.
Mike Bennett. Yeah.
Mike Bennett had just a killer match with Atiba.
Oh my God, that was right at the beginning of us kind of being with Rocky Mountain, and that was one of the episodes of the old ones at Fast that kind of changed and really got me hooked here. Yes, it was.
Era.
Boogeyman, Gangrel.
Didn't EY come through? We saw a graphic where Eric Young came through. I was a huge Eric Young fan.
There's a time where Yaden was working at Impact at TNA, and he had access to talent, and a lot of talent, liked Yaden, like people do. People like Yaden, and he brought a lot of talent in through his time at TNA. And if they were in TNA prior to the Hogan years, they may have come through. I think the one that really we missed out on was AJ. That would have been sweet.
Oh my goodness.
I almost had the boss convinced, but then he does something stupid, AJ, and signs with WWE.
Well, you know.
Could have come here for a fraction of the paycheck.
All right. You ready for the announcements?
Let's announce.
All right. So, as we were just talking about the memberships, part of the memberships is obviously the once a month live membership only streams, membership chat streams that we have. This Sunday is going to be one of those streams. Now, it's going to be a little different than what we have in the what we've done in the past. So, the first hour of the show is going to be dedicated to the Rocky Mountain Rewind. You will get an abbreviated version of the Rocky Mountain Rewind. That's still going to happen. So you're going to see half of episode, I think we're 7. I think we're episode 7 this week.
This will be 7 coming up, yeah.
So you'll be
7.
seeing half of episode 7 from NRW back in 2012. Okay? The other half, we're going to flip the switch on the chat, is going right to members only, and we are going to start our membership only chat with the RMP talent that we have scheduled for this month. Now, I did say probably back in May, beginning of June, we had to miss out last month in June because me and Marky had to go back and forth to Denver quite a bit during that span. So
yes,
we weren't able to get a membership only stream up and running. So I said, you know what, maybe we'll have 2. Well, I can now tell you that this Sunday on the second half of the stream, when we have our members only segment, we are going to have the number 1 contender for the NRW Championship, Mercury Yaden, with us on Sunday. All right, that, ladies and gentlemen, is the first announcement that we have.
That's a nice graphic.
Well, thank you.
Ah.
Now
I remember that guy.
Now the second announcement. Next Tuesday, after charge, we are going to be doing recharge. Okay? It's not going to be any other recharge. It is going to be a very special recharge. It is going to be an extended recharge. Because during that show next Tuesday, we're going to do our recharge like we did tonight. And then we're going to flip the switch again. We're going right to members only chat. And we are going to have the NRW champion in the house. Damon Ace will be joining us next Tuesday for the extended portion of recharge. So everything that you said about Damon tonight, you get to say it to his face on Tuesday.
I have said things to Damon Ace's face before. Didn't go good, but I've done it before. Easy, Titus. We don't have to go there. Don't do it.
He attempted to break my neck, so.
Damon
Anyway.
does things. So he's going to be back here too next Tuesday night. That is going to be a hell of a night. Okay.
So there was a lot of back and forth yet. We were supposed to have them together, but agents got involved. They didn't think that it was a good idea to have both of them on at the same time because we probably wouldn't even have a show.
Person's agent did that.
Yeah, good call there, sir. It was
Yeah,
exactly what it was.
Every time they're in the same room somewhere, somebody's getting hit with a chair somewhere.
And the thought was that we probably wouldn't even have a show because of these guys going back and forth. Because we've all seen it throughout the course of roughly a year. Ever since October, this has all been going on. So it made sense to them, and there was a mutual agreement between myself and the agent that we split both of these guys up. Yane's going to have the Sunday portion. Damon Ace is going to have the Tuesday for recharge. We're going to be extended by about 45 minutes on Tuesday. So right now it's about 10 o'clock. Next week's show is going to be roughly around, well, our time, not your time, Titus.
Yeah.
It's going to end right around 11 our time, about 9 o'clock your time. You're muted.
Hey, Johnny, I just want you to know that You have another agent who's going to be reaching out to you.
Oh, great. Here we go.
That's mine.
Fantastic. All right.
He just texted me, not my fault.
Well, I'll look forward to talking with him, just like I was looking forward to talking with Damon Ace's agent. Anyways.
Probably for the better, to be honest. It's probably for the better that they're separated.
Well, to have a show. I mean,
yeah, for the show's
course,
sake of actually asking some questions and getting some answers here. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was it worked out best after all.
Until I hear Titus's agent, then we might have some differences. Am I gonna have to pay you? Well, am I gonna have to pay you a little extra? Is that what's gonna happen here?
I don't make.
Dude, life is a negotiation.
To my lawyers and agents from this point on, John. I'm sorry.
Great. All right. So many things to watch. Yeah, lots of things to watch. There is going to be another announcement, but I'm going to save that till Thursday. So we'll talk about that then.
Dun, dun, dun.
But that is going to be the next few shows that are going to be coming up down the pipe. Should be a very interesting conversation with both Yaden and Damon. Get to kind of pick their brains a little bit on what they're kind of looking forward to, because this is supposed to be the final match of this saga. This is it between Damon Ace and Mercury Yaden in the Ultimate Endurance match.
What more can they possibly do but have an endurance match? They've had almost every other kind of match, destroyed each other in almost every other setting, and both have come back for more. What else can you have except an endurance type match like this?
Always Dudes and the Evil Genius. All
Thank you, Anna.
right. Other than that, folks, that's going to conclude Recharge. Titus, did you have anything to add?
No, hit that subscribe button, the like button, hit the join button. Join us on Thursday for Ignition, 6:15 Mountain Standard Time.
And that's the only live show this week coming up?
As far as I'm aware.
Very easy week for us then. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to conclude Recharge for us. So don't forget, this Sunday, Mercury Yaden will be on. We will have an abbreviated rewind, and next Tuesday will be an extended Recharge edition with Damon Ace, your NRW champion, as we are going to dig deep into their main event match at NRW on August 3rd. So, very exciting times here on the Rocky Mountain Pro YouTube channel. Again, like Titus said, make sure you hit all those buttons, like, subscribe, leave all those comments on all the videos, not just this video, but all the videos on this Charge episode that we just watched about an hour ago.
Drop an emote. That's fine. It just helps with engagement.
It really does.
Yep. It's an engagement thing.
Engage.
So, thumbs up, thumbs down. Put an RMP. You're a member. Hit the RMP. Emotes. Someone who's not an RMP member may go, "Oh, I want that," and they may be joining because of you and all your support.
I don't think you can gift tier 2. I looked into that.
But they will see the emotes and be so jealous that they don't have them. They'll subscribe too. So emote.
Emote. All right, boys. For myself, Johnny Deathdrop, Marky Pins, and the Evil Genius of Professional Wrestling, Titus Machiavelli, we will see you guys on Thursday for Ignition, and of course, Reignited immediately afterwards. As always, folks, stay safe, stay classy, and we'll see you on the next one. Take care, folks.